Well, it's Valentine's Day. I could take my girl out for a nice dinner, or I could just make one. Stick around if you want to watch. I'm not a chef, but I think I know how to cook. At least people like what I make. We're gonna do J Tatoes. We're gonna do steak, AAA, right from a farm here in Alberta. If you haven't had an Alberta steak, you haven't had a steak, period. We got fresh garlic. Gonna make almost like a little oil garlic aioli, and then we got mushrooms and then broccoli because apparently you have to eat some vegetables. I'm just gonna prep it all. I'll cook it all in 5 hours when she gets home. Stick around if you want to. Have a great day. We like our mushrooms to generally be a little meatier, a little thicker. So usually we'll just do the one chop. Nothing special. Now the mushrooms we're gonna cook in a skillet. We're gonna do soy sauce and butter. Super simple. Worcestershire sauce actually works a little better, but we don't have any. We always have an absolute ton of soy sauce though. Fun fact, I didn't actually wash these mushrooms. I know lots of people get all freaked out if you don't wash your mushrooms. Oh, dropped one on the floor. That one's gone. Gone forever. Now the potatoes that I'm making, I call them J Tatoes. Now, I haven't seen anyone else make these. I've been doing it since I was in my 20s, which seems like a lifetime ago. They haven't done them at any restaurant that I've seen. If you've seen them somewhere, let me know. That's probably enough mushrooms. We'll save these ones. So, with the potatoes, it's potato, onion, Parmesan, butter. Kind of simple, right? Take your onion, cut it in half. And we're gonna wanna cut relatively thin. Not paper thin, but thin. And you'll see why in a second. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to get one of those like insanely sharp chef knives. But when I actually start doing stuff, it makes me realize that I'll probably just cut myself and hurt myself. So you want to cut the potato. You don't want to cut all the way through like I just did. Don't do that. You can use chopsticks. Just go at an angle. Just ignore that. That never happened. Potatoes are probably one of the easiest foods. It's actually a superfood, really. 400. For half an hour. That's it. Usually the second one's fantastic because you messed up on the first one. Just like that. Then what we do is you can do every one. It's your choice, really. It doesn't matter. Let's just ignore that like we said. Every second one, we just want to deep dive those onions right into it. That's why you want it thin, because the potato's going to start to flare. Now normally I would do, once this is done, Usually coat it in olive oil. Everything's better with olive oil and butter, obviously. Coat it in olive oil, and then you do a really good layer of seasoning salt. Now, I don't have any seasoning salt. We're at my girl's place. So what I do have is Korean spices. Korean spice mix is one of the best spice mixes ever, and I use it for everything, literally. Literally everything. No big deal if it hangs out. Or if there's extra onions, they all go in the same place. Now, let's do this one. And we'll do, everybody loves onions, so we'll just do the extra onion will get cooked and added in. Then when this comes out, obviously we'll throw cheese. We'll throw some cheese on it. Probably just Parmesan, nothing special. Maybe a little mozza. Double up. Can't have too much cheese. One potato's done. This one's a little crazy looking. Rest of the onions we'll just throw in with the shrooms. A little extra olive oil, never hurt nobody. It'll give you a little bit of a crisp on the bottom of those potatoes. Now, like I said, we use olive oil and butter and Korean spices like crazy for everything. And it's my favorite thing to put on stuff. There, that one's done. Hot day today, weird. February in Calgary, and it's beautiful. All right, potatoes are done. Next, what we're gonna do is make almost like a little aioli thing. So I had some fresh garlic and I peeled it. Real simple. create a pocket. And this will all soften up, so we'll probably leave this in there for half an hour or so. It'll turn in almost into like an oil butter. Because everybody knows garlic butter is the best. That one's done. Now, steaks, I don't do anything special. I like the taste of just meat. I don't want to add in a bunch of marinades, but one thing that I've found that's very good. Oh, that's a good chunk of meat. Yes, I'm washing it off. Cold distilled filtered water. So these are ribeyes. I like ribeyes. I don't know anyone that doesn't like ribeyes, to tell you the truth. A little bit of oil. And then we just want some salt. I like Himalayan pink salt. That's my favorite. And then just a tiny bit of soy sauce. And it's gonna just sit in that. Now when you cook your steaks, I like blue rare. Some people can agree, some people don't. That's fine. Personally, I like blue. My girl likes blue. So you want your steak to be room temperature. And you're gonna sear it. This size of steak, about 1 inch thick, you're going to want roughly 3 to 4 minutes aside. A little bit of pepper. That's it for that. A little bit of soy sauce. Now you don't have to add the soy sauce. I find actually Worcestershire sauce works really good. It just adds a tiny bit of an extra element of salt. I love salt. Who doesn't? So that's prepped. Now we've got our steak. We've got our 2 massive J Tatoes. We've got our garlic aioli. Now let's do a little bit of fiber, because everyone tells me that you should have vegetables. Absolutely nothing special, just broccoli. I like broccoli. I think it's goated. A lot of people don't. If there's one vegetable I would eat, it's broccoli. Not a lot though. We don't want to overload on this stuff. I also like my broccoli to be cooked till it's very soft. I don't like al dente broccoli, as some people call it, I guess. Nobody calls it that. That's it. Get some salt in there. On the pan, ready to go. Now, potatoes come out, they get fresh load of this, a little bit of this. Mushrooms, they get cooked in butter and soy sauce. Like I said, Worcestershire sauce actually does work better, but soy sauce is what we got. Soy sauce is what we're using. It might sound weird. Trust me. Just trust me. These will be some of the best potatoes you've ever had. Doesn't get much easier than that either. Those are done. So we got mushrooms, steak, J Tatoes, garlic aioli, butter. This will get cut twice, put on top of the J Tatoes. We boil the broccoli. Cooking the steak's easy. That was it. I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. I'll add some pictures of what it looks like at the end.